All right, so I'm vlogging once again. I understand that this is rather a quick vlog. But I just wanted to talk about what transpired for the past few days. Um, Once again, my nephew suggested something that I should do in my vlog, and that was, doing it in the car, not just in the car, but driving the car. So what I discovered is that I have the equipment. I have I basically have the crab legs. These are the leg of the camera where you can curl around a stable frame or something. So I was able to do that on the rear view mirror, and the whole thing came out all right. And I had this feeling that people wanted to see it, so at least still people watched it. So but I just, with that vlog, I just wanted to show what the surroundings were, what are the things that I deal with when I'm driving. And while doing that vlog, I actually thought of doing the opposite way. Rather than going to Niagara Falls, I go to Virgil. I go to a small town. But I think the advantage of that vlog was that real estate were exposed, the real estate were involved, and it kind of gets boring if it's just nature. So I would have to find a situation where there are houses involved in the camera. Um, but it's one of those things where I never thought of. It's one of those things where I didn't think I was gonna do because I like to keep my stuff simple. But you know, I guess at that point, when it was advised to me or when it was suggested to me that that kind of made me creative. Like I really wanted it. But it's funny because when I sat down when I sit on the driver's seat, my stomach is so up. I'm looking at the video like, oh wow, I really get a big belly. But that's me. I'm overweight. I'm kind of like a big guy. So um, I what I've been doing last few days is that I just been walking in residential. Um, I kind of spent a lot of money. I spent a lot of money going to the mall and then buy books or have you, buy music. And now that I'm running out of money, I can't do anything now. I have to stay home and wait for my next check and stuff like that. Um, and I mean, it does get boring, like if I'm always at the mall, like I'm always at the same direction, right? Like when you take the road is always in the same direction. So my plans last night was to go somewhere else, go back to Niagara Falls or something. Um, but what can I say? I'm not a millionaire. No, it's not like I can buy anything in this world. I can basically deal with cheap stuff, not cheap stuff, but affordable stuff like music CDs. And with music, I bought the new Chris Brown. I bought Talib Kweli. I bought for movies. I should say I don't only buy music, but I buy movies also. With Blu-ray, I bought the Avatar. I bought Pavilion. I bought all kinds of stuff. And in the span of 2 weeks, I was like, wow, I'm short of money. So now I can't do anything now. I just gotta stay home and be creative at home because I can't. I don't want to go bankrupt. I don't want to be negative at the end of the month. So um, As far as vlogging while driving, my only concern is that you know there isn't much. St. David's is a very small town. Niagara on the Lake is a small region, and it consists of at least four small towns. So here in St. David, there could be a bit of a real estate, but a few blocks later, it's just farmland, and and I think this is the reason why people don't really watch my social media because they feel that it's boring, right? But my take is that I think my initial approach to this was that it's not gonna be an online matter. You know, I did say before that my blogging and all that needs feedback. But when I started getting feedback from my nephew, it challenged my creativity. So now I don't I don't really know what to do now. So um, I think ever since I started social media or when I started this smartphone, I exposed a lot of stuff, and like I was saying, my initial approach was that it's gonna be on a street level. It's gonna be local. It's gonna be outside community, not necessarily online community. And I had a lot of slack out of it. Like a few people didn't like it. People would chastise before it. But at the same time, there are other people who commend it. So that's all right. But I think what happened online is that I'm involved with Battle.net, and Battle.net is the StarCraft 2 thing. And if you visit Battle.net, it's a community, right? I mean, it's easy to say community, but but when you see StarCraft 2 community, you really see community, and that kind of it placed myself on an angle where it's separated from the outside community. Like I'm talking about, you know, meeting actual people in the mall or in the store or out in the street. And I just gotta take responsibilities for my action. StarCraft is something that I want to play. StarCraft is that thing that's gonna angle me away from from the real world because, like I said, it's an internet community, and and I played over 10,000 games now. So it's a very serious thing. And I had to basically take the repercussions, or take the consequences. Um, but at the same time, I'm thinking that stuff like this online is the secret world. Um, I saw it on YouTube lately that Rick Ross said that the streets are not real anymore. You know, and I kind of agree because out in the streets, like people wear people wear fruity clothes now. Like people wear pink or like all pink. People wear neon green. Like it's not your aggressive or um, serious, like the black. Ever since the pandemic started, people got rid of the black color. Ever since we have this financial crisis now, it's like people want to be fun now, so people wear orange shoes. People wear technical color on their shoes. You get your black, orange, white, all mixed together. So the fashion has changed. And when Rick Ross said that, I want to study, why he said it. I want to find out why he said it's not real anymore. You know, um, because there's no denying that the pandemic exposed people's financial life. Like if you're a salesman nowadays, it's hard to get sales nowadays because people have financial problems now, right? Maybe if you're in the food industry, maybe you can you can still sell donuts or timbits or coffee, but on a larger scale, it's gonna be, it's gonna be impossible. My barber and I were talking about it, and and he said that some of these people spent $2,000 on their credit card to pay for mortgages. You know, so if you're gonna credit card all that kind of money, it's gonna take a while to recover. So I'm not. I agree with Rick Ross that I'm not too confident with the streets anymore, and this is probably why I rise. My vlog will rise because it's on a simple matter. But at the same time, I don't care about all the attention. I don't really care if I get any attention. I understand that like I said before, I'm not a celebrity, and I'm not these people who get millions of followers. But for those people who like me locally, or people who knew me from the past, people who befriended me, I guess it's all good at that point. Um, but it's gonna take time. It's gonna take a few years to really figure out what the problem is with street sales. I think what happened, the difficult part now is the computer chip for the cars, like the car chips for Toyota, Honda, because the U.S. kind of froze Taiwan, right? And the production of cars. I think that's the problem now, because car dealerships are not getting the cars because there's no computer chip. So that's another problem now, and we don't know how long this stagnation is gonna continue, right? So a lot of people are in trouble nowadays. So with myself, for people like me, you can still afford a donut. If I can still afford a coffee at Tim Hortons, it's all good, right? So my goodness. So I don't I think the best way is just be patient. Just wait for it. Wait until it recovers, and wait till things are good again. Um, I said here before that U.S. is always in a good shape because they have they have the military to back up their oil, and they have the federal bank to give them money, right? Like, the federal bank is always printing money. So I'm thinking that maybe Americans are better off. But the thing was, I think what happened with investors in America is that they invested so much money when Donald Trump was president, because Donald Trump fixed the stock market. But when he lost the presidency with Joe Biden kind of reversed everything. Now the stock market went down, so those people who invested their money lost all their money, right? So it's we live in extreme times. So now a lot of people are poor now because all these bad things are happening. So I mean with myself, like, I can't be inside the mornings to vlog, obviously. But I hope that that I'm going to Tim Hortons. As far as vlogging inside the car while driving, I said it in that vlog that my driving is not really that sophisticated. My driving is basically just to go to a mall, Walmart. I don't even pay for the SUV. It's not really. I'm registered to it, but it's not really mine. Anyway, thanks for listening, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye.